to be sweet and reject all sin. But a new way of running things is about to begin. 'Cause it's my time on top. The way you've been running things, it's time to stop. 'Cause it's my time on top. I'm more wolf than woman. I don't need a rock.
Good morning, it is a Mountain Report. My name is Greg Powers, living the dream on this chilly Sunday. It is 2 degrees, and it is chilly, and -8 at the top. We got some gusts going on. Well, I can always find a silver lining. It's the blue sky that you see right there. Isn't that beautiful? Mountainside Real Estate bringing this live quad cam shot. It's a great day to buy a house, sell a house. You know, maybe do some skinning. We're going to get some First Tracks report from Seth Nickerson, who is out there braving the cool weather here this morning. But first, we're going to throw it to the weather desk with Outside Andy. Good morning, Outside Andy.
Good morning, Greg.
Take it away.
The WSKI Weather Report is brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. Good morning, skiers and riders, Sugarloaf and Carrabassett Valley and beyond. Time for your latest local forecast and trail report, brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. You can find this and much more at our website, WSKITV.com. We'll start the day off with some elevated wind out there and very cold temperatures, so be aware of that first thing this morning. We'll see base temperatures in the single digits with a west wind and -6 to -4 up towards the summit with a very elevated wind and some higher gusts. And that should die down a bit throughout the morning as well, so stay tuned. Partly to mostly sunny skies for the day on Monday. Temperatures up into the upper teens at the base, and they'll stick into they'll stay around the single digits at the summit, and that wind shouldn't be an issue for Monday. Mostly cloudy skies for Tuesday, warms up, high of 37. Then Wednesday, unfortunately, we're on the warm side of a storm, which will see some rain developing. High temperatures up into the mid-40s, and Thursday, mid-40s once again, with that rain changing over to some snow showers on the back end. Birchwood Interiors bringing you your trail report. 154 trails to ski and ride on, 12 lifts, getting you to 79 groomed trails, pack powder, hard pack conditions. We did receive about 2 inches of snow the last 24 hours or so that's some great news. Grooming in great. 8 o'clock, Snubber gets you up to the Base Lodge, Sawduster and Skidway. Move you around the base area at 8:30, and 9 o'clock the Musculator gets going. King Pine and Whiffletree, those are the east side lifts. They get going at 8:30 as well, winds and weather permitting. West Mountain gets you up from the golf course. It gets going at 8 o'clock and 8:30. Bucksaw Express starts turning, and Super Quad and Skyline at 8:30, and number 3 T-Bar if needed. Double Runner East looks good to go first thing this morning, and the uppermost lift Timberline, winds and weather permitting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's scheduled to go at 9 a.m. As far as grooming, groomers hard at work, grooming all over the hill last night. They got all the trails around the base area. Gondola Line, Timberline, Bridle Chain, Tote Road, Kings Landing, and Hayburn, as well as Haywire and Skidder, Narrow Gauge, Competition Hill, and Spillway and Sluice. Designated uphill route is open up to Spillway Crosscut, and you'll find fresh corduroy on White Nitro, Wedge, Hallback, Widowmaker, and Flume, Ram Down, and down below Two Hall, Whiffletree, and Slasher to get you back over towards the base area. Scoot, Windrow, Horseshoe, and West Mountain on the west side, and then Chipper, Bucksaw, Whistlepunk, Twitcher, Hatcher, Feller Buncher, Lower Beavertail, and Knot Bumper, all that new West Mountain expansion terrain smoothed out for you. It's a great beginner area, some great views as well. And the Sugarloaf Outdoor Center, another great alternative to alpine skiing. snowshoeing as well as cross-country skiing, both skate style and classic style. And they've got rentals for everything and a great cafe too. I have to check on the ice rink for today. Carabassa Valley Fat Bike Trails, with this colder weather and colder temperatures and new snow, things are being packed down. They should get good. Get your tire tracks out on them. And looking for some help with the mountain bike camp happening the last 2 weeks of July and the Anti-Gravity Complex. If you're looking for some indoor activity, check them out at the bottom of the access road, or the Sugarloaf Sports and Fitness Center for some great indoor activity and relaxation with their hot tub, swimming pool, weight room, all kinds of good stuff. They've got a great cafe too. And don't forget to tune in every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings from 7:30 to 9 a.m. for our live mountain report to get all the info to know before you go to plan your day out accordingly. And if you want to watch us streaming from anywhere, anytime, you can get our live stream. We've got it on WSKITV.com. We've also got a Roku channel. We've got a Fire TV channel, and we're on the Spectrum app, as well as locally on Channel 17. And if you want to get the word out about your business or your event, we work great for our sponsors as well, so give us a call. Have a great day out there, folks. Trail Report brought to you by Birchwood Interiors. Check them out today in Village West.
My name is Sam Punderson, and I'm a Sugarloafer since 1992. I've lived here for 20 years, and so knowing this market intimately is something that I definitely bring to the table. Having raised a family here and having my son go to the local schools, it's just super important to have that intimate knowledge. The level of stoke that people feel when they're at the closing table is palpable. Come in and see us at Mountainside Real Estate. We're open 362 days a year, and we'd love to help you find your place here at Sugarloaf.
We're back, and we're going to take a look at the beach area here with the sun shining. You caught me snoozing right there. 2 degrees. Hey, the Mount Abram Roadrunners are the Class C championship basketball. They've never won a championship before. Woo! And the crowd goes crazy. All right. If there was a crowd out there, they'd be going crazy too. Congratulations to Mount Abram Roadrunners. And it is 2 degrees. There's the beach. There's the grooming. Looks pretty good. We got Seth Nickerson with us. And Seth, I don't know. I'm guessing because I had to make a little trip up the mountain and get, the crank up the quad can this morning, and it was a little nippy.
It's definitely a little chilly out there, Greg. It's -8, -10 at the top of Skyline. It's blowing pretty hard from west to east, but I found a couple of snow drifts over there on the east side and off of Ramdown first thing this morning. It's snow's really nice. It is a little chilly, so definitely want to layer up this morning. Throw your toe warmers in, your hand warmers in, and get going first thing this morning. The snow is actually really nice.
Now, it looked like we got a little dusting, huh?
Yeah, I saw her out in the parking lot measuring this morning. It was she at least got a couple inches.
Well, it was enough to make the roads a little slick this morning. Keep that in mind. So it's looking like wind is affecting Timberline and King Pine so far here this morning, starting the day off on Windhold and Skyline.
Nope, not Skyline. Sorry.
Oh, Skyline. That is a mistake. Okay, just King Pine and Timberline. Those are
yeah, Skyline's still running. I rode up at first thing this morning. The breeze this morning isn't blowing right on the face. It's kind of blowing right as you get off the top, but it's not too chilly of a ride going up Skyline this morning. It wasn't too bad.
So it's not that different wind that we had yesterday, that south wind. We are experiencing some gusts. So how do you dress today?
I definitely throw an extra layer on. But it's really not that bad. It's throw an extra layer on. It's -8. The sun is actually a little bit warming. It's not bad.
And what are you skiing on today, my friend?
Well, I went to the ski shop yesterday, and John hooked me up with these Stokelys. It's the Montero. It's a great ski this morning. Out here on these crispy groomers, they're out railing first thing this morning for sure.
And those look like they're good all-mountain ski, good rugged all-mountain ski.
Oh yeah, it's a great Sugarloaf ski. It's about a 86 underfoot. This is a 180. It's nice and stiff. It's a great Sugarloaf ski. It cuts right through the ice and the crud and stuff. But I didn't see much of that this morning. The groomers are getting things great out here.
Yeah, Groomer's doing a great job out there. And of course, the snow's not going anywhere. It's nice and cold. It's blowing around a bit, but it's not melting. 2 degrees, as you said, about -10. We've got some gusts. Dress for it today. Remember to hydrate. If you get cold, don't get on the lift. And we'll come back to you when you have some more information and see if you can make it up the hill so you can make it down.
Thanks. Keep an eye on your neighbors, everybody. Keep an eye out for frostbite today. It's definitely one of those kind of days.
Great advice. We appreciate it. Brought to you by Downhill Supply Company, Seth Nickerson.
Have a great morning, everybody.
We will and we shall. And later on in the program today, we're going to do something I don't think we've ever, well, you know, we've taken phone calls before on the show, but the town manager of Carabasset Valley is going to join us. Don't call now, but Garrett Corbin, he has on the website, he has a Corbin's Corner. This morning's piece we're going to call Cornered Corbin. No, we're not. I'm just kidding. But you're going to have a chance to ask him some questions. I know we've got some big things happening here in the area in Carabasset Valley and things that voters may have some questions on. There's going to be some meetings. We're going to talk about that. But we're going to give you an opportunity to call in anonymously, ask some questions. We're going to ask you only, you don't have to give us your name if you want, but we'd just like to know if you are a resident or not. So here we're going to have some question and answer, and you'll be able to ask them here on the program. Now, remember, if you, a lot of people, when they call in, it's to win something. You win knowledge today. That's all you win. We're not giving away any prizes, no Ricker's Hard Cider glasses, just knowledge. There'll be another day for the other giveaways. Let's talk about the things happening around and about. Of course, if you are looking for indoor activities today, you want something a little bit warmer, well, 8 to 5, all day long, you have the opportunity at the Anti-Gravity Complex. You don't have to call, you can just stop on by. And at the Sugarloaf Sport and Fitness Center, you can make reservations for the hot tub if you want, but they're open 7 a.m. till 9. The cafe's open with some great food, a new menu they've got there. Check it out. The water's fine. Get some exercise. Have one of the great protein smoothies. They're delicious. And speaking of delicious, you'll find all of those tasty treats and treasures at Amos and Friends. They're open daily, 10 until 5, so you can stop by. They're on Main Street. And the Sugarloafer shop, anything with a logo except for those big stones you see by the road, they don't sell those. But they get all the wearables, all the hats, everything with the Sugarloaf logo, stickers, and more at the Sugarloaf shop, and you can get Boyne rewards with your purchases or spend them. They're open daily. Happy Tuesday, Complete Ski Service Center. You can stop by Sunday through Monday, 10:30 until 6:30. Tuesday closed, and get boot fitting. You need to make an appointment. Give them a call. Maiden Main Shop's open today. They're right on Main Street. Home of the original 1901 Maine flag. Sunday, March 2nd. Today is their last day. You will have to now visit them in Rangeley. They are going to move their location to Rangeley. So you want to stop on by and say hi to Julie. She works so hard, and that shop is still open, but it's the last day today. At Farters Market and Hardware, they're open. It's not your last day to get hardware. Even on Sunday, yep, you can still fix the toilet. Get all the parts right there, grocery, hardware, and more. And Ricker's Hard Cider Tasting Room is open today. Maybe you want to take a sled ride out there. They got snowmobile trails out there. 11 until 5 is their hours today, and Monday through Thursday, 11 till 4:30. Friday, Saturday, 11 until 6 o'clock. Ricker's Hard Cider. Taste it. You'll like it. And here is some of the things that we're going to be talking about. Of course, the public hearing coming up on the 10th at the town office. There's a TIF to be voted on. You may have questions about that. You can ask today. Annual meeting coming up March 12th. 8 to 6 there's going to be some officer elections at the town office, and the meeting at the outdoor center at 6:30 will begin. And again, Garrett will join us on the program this morning. You'll have a chance to ask some questions if you do, and it can be anonymous. You can disguise your voice. You can put on a costume. We don't care. It's fine. We'll get your questions answered. And we'd love to have some people who are interested in mountain biking. Contact Deb Bowker at roadrunner.com if you'd like to be a part of the summer camp for mountain bike camp. It happens once a year on those dates, and looking for some coaches. You could be one of those. And contact Deb Bowker, the Carabasset Rec Department. And remember, you can find us on all of these different streaming media. We're on our website, of course. We're streaming, WSKITV.com. You'll find great information there on Fire Stick, on Spectrum, on the Spectrum app, and on Roku. That's my favorite. Look at that grooming. That is the camera right there from the Jean Luce building. And it looks pretty sweet right there. We've got a chance to talk to a ski patrol coming up. We'll also give you some different ideas, where to dine, and all of that and more when we come back in just a moment on the Mountain Report.
Water damage, mold, fire, and smoke. When disaster happens, call the Masters of Disasters. Advance One Cleaning Services in Waterville is standing by to clean and restore. We've got the technology and experience to bring back the beauty and character of your home or business. We'll even deal with the insurance companies directly.
When disaster strikes, remember, Advance One Cleaning Services, the Masters of Disasters.
The one-stop shop for all your alpine needs. Downhill Supply Company carries goods and gear from the ski industry's top manufacturers and offers the latest in ski tuning technology. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff get you geared up for any mountain adventure. Located in the heart of the Sugarloaf Village and open daily.
We've been involved with the Charity Summit now for at least 10 years. This past August, we decided to go out on our own and open our own business, Zen Wealth Management. We're still affiliated with broker-dealer Commonwealth Financial Network, who supplies us with all of the tools that we need to do a great job for our clients. Doing now what I've been doing for 30 years, which is helping clients reach their retirement and stay comfortable and get through all of the challenges that can present. But we've got a great new location here on India Street in Portland.
The floor you choose can be more than just beautiful. It can also make a difference. By being environmentally sustainable and better for the planet, it can last longer and be cleaner and healthier for your home. We care about the same things you do, which is why at Allwood Floors we only use responsibly sourced, real hardwood and bamboo. And because we know the floor you choose can make a difference.
Allwood is available exclusively to this region here at Jordan Lumber. Please come down and see what we have. Ask for myself, Brian, or Alyssa.
Fuel up between runs at Bullwinkle's. Sugarloaf's only on Mountain Restaurant. Warm up with hearty meal and cold beverage in the sun-drenched dining room. Or kick off the fray with your boots on at the Outdoor Garage Bar. Conveniently located at the top of West Mountain and open daily.
WSKI TV, so many ways to watch. Let me lay it out for you, okay? Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, we're on it. That's right. Roku, we're on it. You can download us. Spectrum app, we're on it. You can download the app and watch us on Spectrum. Also on our website, WSKITV.com. All you need is the web and your phone. You can also watch us on YouTube. All different ways to watch us. What are you waiting for? Tune in and check us out. We're back. There is a beautiful shot of the mountain, a bluebird day. You see those clouds up there? Just a few real light clouds up there, and they're moving pretty fast. We got some wind, minus 8 or 10 below. up at the top, 2 degrees down here, and Timberline and King Pine. I told Ada I had written down Kingfield. Timberline and Kingfield are closed on Windhold, but Kingfield's open actually. King Pine is not. So keep that in mind. And we want to bring you some different ideas on where to dine. Perhaps you have woken up and you're saying, where can I get a delicious, hearty breakfast? Well, I'm here to tell you Deli's has got it. And they're doing delivery on Friday and Saturday nights. And they're open on Main Street, 8 until 3, Sunday through Friday. Check it out, hearty breakfast and lunch as well. It's all about the bread. Java Joe, they got that specialty coffee, the one that you love and the flavor that you adore, and it's all right there on Main Street. They open up at 7 a.m. till 5 o'clock. Java Joe's on Main Street. No need to call. Stop on by. Let the experts slice your bagel. And down at the Shipyard Brew House, let the experts pour you one of their great brews from Shipyard, much, much more. They've got breakfast going on now, lunch, après, some delicious food as well. Join them for dinner, breakfast, lunch. Located at the Sugarloaf Mountain Inn. Ski in, crawl out, hop back on the lift. You can have some fun right there on Mountain 45 North on the hill in the Sugarloaf Mountain Hotel with live music Tuesdays 6:30 to 8:30. And they're serving up breakfast right now. Today, ta-da, cheeseburger soup day. And you got to love that. They're open daily on weekends at 10 a.m. They do it because they love it. They open up early. They want you to come in, buy some of that swag. Remember, whiskey on Friday, great menu. And they welcome the firefighters last week. We had a great time. Widowmaker is open, and their kitchen is open till 6 o'clock tonight. And they have got some great handcrafted Maine brews there for you to try. And some après entertainment as well, the Widowmaker. Ramblin' Dan gonna take the stage. All right, we love Ramblin' Dan, and we have got Bowinkles with the high quality ski in, ski out dining experience. Meet your friends there. There's many different little areas that you can collect in there. You can warm up, catch your wind, and maybe have one of their delicious Bloody Marys, which have all the food groups loaded right inside. And the weekend Rescue Shack breakfast is available today, 7:30 until 11. You can enjoy that. And I saw that après is going to be north of Nashville. Was that yesterday? It could have been. It was a confusing sign, I gotta say. But I do know that the fun never stops there, and your trip to the mountain's not complete until you've been to the rack. Keep in mind, they have got their Asian Fusion Karaoke Night on Wednesday right there, open mic, and then Thursday, Asian Fusion Night. And Sugar Bowl, well, every day's a holiday there. They've got bowling, arcade, and indoor golf. Lots and lots of choices for you for indoor activities, and a great menu too. Check it out. Speaking of food, the Looney Moose Cafe is open today. Their hours 7 till noon. Make room for dessert or take it home because it's better than mom. That's the word on the street. Looney Moose Cafe, located on Main Street. Dine in or take out. Flagstaff has got your food to go. And today, ta-da, order 2 large 1-topping pizzas for $25.99. And the White Wolf Inn is open. They've got off-mountain prices, and check out their specialties. You can call for reservations for their fish fry on Fridays. And you can get some off-mountain prices. Delicious, comfortable atmosphere. Chef Sandy will treat you right. And the Trails End Steakhouse and Tavern, there's their hours right there. Visit them in Eustis Village because it's the thing you do when you go to Eustis. Whether you, you end up there, all Trails End at the Trails End. Check it out, all of these social medias, of course, streaming platforms. We'd love to have you. If you're, maybe you own a business, you have a brand, or you have a service, you know what? We'd love to have you as an advertiser. We've expanded on all of those. We've got many more viewers. We're looking for a sponsor for our quad cam, which many, many people, thousands, tens of thousands of people look at that. And also, if you would like, we're looking for a streaming sponsor as well. We can get the word out just to find people just like you watching right now. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk to a ski patrol, give you some more information. Seth Nickerson will join us. And don't forget, a little bit later on in the program, Garrett Corbin will join us, the town manager of Carabasset Valley, for a live Q&A. Yep, we're doing it. Legendary. It will be.
Welcome back to the Loaf Lowdown, where we give you the lowdown on everything happening here at Sugarloaf. Conditions are awesome, and February brought a ton of snow. With nearly all terrain open, the mountain is in prime shape. Plus, March is known to be our snowiest month of the year, which means the best is yet to come. Sugarloaf is known for its downhill skiing, but just minutes from the base, you'll find Maine's largest Nordic center. The Sugarloaf Outdoor Center has pristine cross-country trails, snowshoeing, rentals, a full shop, and the Bull Moose Cafe, which is open daily, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Need to recharge? The Sports and Fitness Center has an indoor pool, hot tubs, a weight room, saunas, and steam rooms. Grab an activity pass and make the most of it. They also have great food from the Sports and Fitness Center Cafe, including smoothies, pizzas, and paninis. For legendary après, head to the Widowmaker. With 20 beers on tap and live music all season long, it's the ultimate place to unwind. Fuel up right. Whether it's a hearty breakfast or an après beer, Sugarloaf has options for every craving. Earn Boyne rewards at all Sugarloaf-operated dining spots. Whether you're carving the steeps, skiing the Nordic trails, or enjoying the hot tubs at the Sports and Fitness Center, you're bound to have a great time here at Sugarloaf. I'll ski you later.
The WSKI Weather Report is brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. Good morning, skiers and riders, Sugarloaf and Carabasset Valley and beyond. Time for your latest local forecast and trail report, brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. You can find this and much more at our website, WSKITV.com. We'll start the day off with some elevated wind out there and very cold temperatures, so be aware of that first thing this morning. We'll see base temperatures in the single digits with a west wind and -6 to -4 up towards the summit with a very elevated wind and some higher gusts. And that should die down a bit throughout the morning as well, so stay tuned. Partly and mostly sunny skies for the day on Monday. Temperatures up into the upper teens at the base, and they'll stick into they'll stay around the single digits at the summit. And that wind shouldn't be an issue for Monday. Mostly cloudy skies for Tuesday. Warms up, high of 37. Then Wednesday, unfortunately, we're on the warm side of a storm, which will see some rain developing. High temperatures up into the mid-40s. And Thursday, mid-40s once again, with that rain changing over to some snow showers on the back end. Birchwood Interiors bringing you your trail report. 154 trails to ski and ride on, 12 lifts, getting you to 79 groomed trails, pack powder, hard pack conditions. We did receive about 2 inches of snow the last 24 hours or so that's some great news. Grooming in great. 8 o'clock, Snubber gets you up to the base lodge, Sawduster and Skidway. Move you around the base area at 8:30, and 9 o'clock the Mooscalator gets going. King Pine and Whiffletree, those are the east side lifts. They get going at 8:30 as well, winds and weather permitting. West Mountain gets you up from the golf course. It gets going at 8 o'clock and 8:30. Bucksaw Express starts turning, and Super Quad and Skyline at 8:30, and number 3 T-Bar if needed. Double Runner East looks good to go first thing this morning, and the uppermost lift, Timberline, winds and weather permitting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's scheduled to go at 9 a.m. As far as grooming, groomers hard at work, grooming all over the hill last night. They got all the trails around the base area. Gondola Line, Timberline, Bridle Chain, Tote Road, Kings Landing, and Hayburn, as well as Haywire and Skidder. Narrow Gauge, Competition Hill, and Spillway and Sluice. Designated uphill route is open up to Spillway Crosscut. And you'll find fresh corduroy on White Nitro, Wedge, Hallback, Widowmaker, and Flume, Ram Down. And down below, Two Hall, Whiffletree, and Slasher to get you back over towards the base area. Scoot, Windrow, Horseshoe, and West Mountain on the west side. And then Chipper, Bucksaw, Whistlepunk, Twitcher, Hatcher, Feller Buncher, Lower Beavertail, and Knot Bumper, all that new West Mountain expansion terrain smoothed out for you. It's a great beginner area, some great views as well. And the Sugarloaf Outdoor Center, another great alternative to alpine skiing, snowshoeing, as well as cross-country skiing, both skate style and classic style. And they've got rentals for everything and a great cafe, too. I have to check on the ice rink for today. Carabasset Valley Fat Bike Trails, with this colder weather and colder temperatures and new snow, things are being packed down. They should get good. Get your tire tracks out on them. And looking for some help with the mountain bike camp happening the last 2 weeks of July. and the Anti-Gravity Complex. If you're looking for some indoor activity, check them out at the bottom of the access road, or the Sugarloaf Sports and Fitness Center for some great indoor activity and relaxation with their hot tub, swimming pool, weight room, all kinds of good stuff. They've got a great cafe too. And don't forget to tune in every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings from 7:30 to 9 a.m. for our live mountain report to get all the info to know before you go to plan your day out accordingly. And if you want to watch us streaming from anywhere, anytime, you can get our live stream. We've got it on WSKITV.com. We've also got a Roku channel. We've got a Fire TV channel, and we're on the Spectrum app, as well as locally on Channel 17. And if you want to get the word out about your business or your event, we work great for our sponsors as well, so give us a call. Have a great day out there, folks. Trail Report brought to you by Birchwood Interiors. Check them out today in Village West.
Hello, I'm Earl Morris, owner of Birchwood Interiors. For 31 years, we've been providing you, our fellow Sugarloafers, with furniture, flooring, mattresses, and window treatments. But what many Sugarloafers don't realize is the amount of construction and new renovation work that we do. From fireplaces to kitchens to bathrooms and steam showers, we do anything inside the walls of a house. We love what we do and hope you'll shop locally with us.
Seth, good morning to you. Brought to you by the Downhill Supply Company. Hopefully everyone took advantage of getting their skis tuned up yesterday when they couldn't get up the hill. But today, hopefully, we'll be able to get up. Our first tracks report is Seth Nickerson. Tell us what you know.
Good morning, Greg. It's a great morning out here. It's minus 10 at the top of Skyline. It's blowing a little tiny bit. It's blowing 30, 40 miles an hour up top, but it's coming out of the west, blowing towards the east, kind of coming over the top. So Timberline is going to start out on wind hold, and King Pine is going to start on wind hold this morning. But I ventured all the way over to Ramdown. It's pretty nice over there. They were grooming the east side last this morning. It's nice and soft.
Yeah, we'll have some terrain. Of course, we'll have boardwalks all groomed out. I know that's one of your favorites. I don't know if you'll be able to get over there, but that's all he's going to say right there. So it is definitely want to cover your face today. I know there's different ways of doing it. You know, maybe some dermatone on your face, or maybe just a face cover. What's your recommendation?
I've got these fancy on goggles with the neck up that magnetizes right to the goggles. I don't have much skin showing when I get out there going.
Right. And what are you skiing on again?
John hooked me up with these Stokelys. It's the Montero. It's a great Sugarloaf ski. It's got a little narrow mid-waist and nice beefy front. It cuts right through any of the crud, but there's no crud this morning. The groomers are doing a fantastic job grooming up this great snow we got. It's nice and soft. Even with all the wind we've got, it wasn't too scoured off this morning. It's pretty nice.
What have you skied?
I went down Ramdown and came down Whiffletree back over to the base here, and then I just went down Scoot over to our Timberline down by Scoot. It was it's real nice and soft. It's not as scoured off as I thought it was going to be.
Fantastic. Great information brought to you by the Downhill Supply Company. And you can go own your own Stokelys proudly. Go see them and tell them Seth sent you. And they'll do something special for you, won't they?
Oh, yeah. Throw an extra layer on today, guys. Put your hand warmers in. Get out here. It's pretty nice.
All right, there you have it. Thank you, Seth. We appreciate it. Brought to you by Downhill Supply Company. We'll come back with another report. Jessica joins us here this morning. Jessica, how are you?
Hey, good morning.
Yeah,
nice
thanks.
to see you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Put a little color in your face today, as he said.
Yeah.
We can't candy coat it. It's cold.
No, it's cold.
Yeah,
it's still,
happens.
Middle of winter, March 1st. We've got plenty of season left, so yeah,
a little bit of flurries here and there.
Yeah,
That doesn't hurt.
Exactly. Never hurts. I mean, February certainly went out with a bang. March is coming in, strong. So I think it's we still got a lot of season left.
We sure do.
Yeah.
And I know that we just had a big event here. Of course, the the
The
downhill
Winter Kids,
24.
Yeah.
And
that was such a tremendous event. And I mean, all of those participants, they really, put the pedal to the metal. 24 hours they're out there. The team does an incredible job. They raised over $750,000.
They did.
It was pretty tremendous. I was at the awards banquet Friday night, and the final number, I think, was $739,000, which is just amazing. Their highest individual fundraiser alone raised $58,000. So it's just like
doing some hard work.
It's pretty significant. It's for a great cause, and we're just so happy to be able to support it. Yeah.
It helps kids get out there and enjoy winter. That's
to see the lights on the mountain too is pretty special. That's pretty motivating and a really neat experience for everyone. Yeah.
And the only time other than an uphill climb that you are allowed to do that.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, we have plenty of season left here. We're just kind of getting into March. Got definitely 2 full months left. The snowpack's great. And, we're heading into the heart of it, right? So if you haven't checked out the events calendar, I kind of sound like a broken record sometimes when I come on here, but we have a lot of great things on deck, and specifically deals. So if you're not a pass holder, we're going to be rolling out this week with a spring ticket pack. So tell your friends if they don't have their lift tickets purchased yet, we're going to be rolling out with a spring ticket pack. And then, of course, our season passes come on sale March 12th. So save the date for that. But yeah, I mean, all of those events there, we're going to be ramping up our Bullwinkle's deck parties, the DJ on the decks, which are a fan favorite, my fan favorite. So from noon to 3 on Saturdays, you can come up and just party on the deck. And nothing beats that feeling. Sunshine on your face, listening to good music, just in the middle of the mountain. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, as spring approaches, that is just a great place
prime
to hang
time
out,
right there.
right?
I know. That's why we ski.
Absolutely.
And then, so midweek too, if you are here midweek, the Widowmaker has been having happy hour specials. And if you haven't checked out those happy hour specials yet, you pretty much need to do so. So I checked them out last week. They have $1 wings on Thursday, which is a tremendous deal. You really can't get anything for $1 these days. But $1 wings on Thursdays, $5 tacos and $5 Coronas on Wednesdays. And then on Monday, Tuesdays, it's half price appetizers. So, just something to kind of keep the week chugging along. And then as we roll into next weekend, we have Widowmaker Sessions.
Yeah.
And we are all very excited for Widowmaker Sessions because our own Erica J.
That's right.
She is going to be, her other hidden talent is she's a beautiful singer. She has this gorgeous voice. So we're all going to come out and support Erica J., our other snow reporter here on WSKI, and also part of my team. And the Widowmaker Sessions is just going to be like this battle of bands of sorts. And we need everybody out there because how they win is the crowd. So whoever's the crowd favorite and has the, the largest, like, woo, that's how we're going to choose the Widowmaker's Best title. So we encourage everyone to come on out.
That's fun, kind of like a mountain idol.
Totally, totally. Well, and speaking of idol, Julia Gagnon, so she was one of the top contenders in last season's American Idol, and she's from the state of Maine. So she's going to be here and emceeing the whole event. So it's really just going to be something different, and I think it's going to grow into something really cool for the state.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Those early passes, is there an incentive to get you a pass early?
Yeah. Great question. So you always want to get your pass early because the earlier that you buy, the more you save, right? And that really holds true for pretty much all the products that Sugarloaf has, whether it comes to lift tickets, whether it comes to ticket packs, or whether it comes to your season pass. And with your season pass, you have 2 different channels. You have your renewal price. So if you're an existing season pass holder, you get a renewal price. And then if you're a new purchaser, meaning you've never had a season pass here at Sugarloaf before, then there's a new purchase price. But your best price starts March 12th And we're extending the flash sale this year for 2 weeks. So March 12th through the 26th is going to be your best price. And then prices slightly go up from there during our spring sale. And our spring sale, again, will be a little more extended too, and that'll go till May 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
Look at
So
that.
you'll see a lot of that coming online this week and more communication about that. Pretty much no big changes to the past suite this year. You won't see a couple of little new things that we have, but nothing major, so it'll be really straightforward, I think, for everyone.
Is it too early to talk about reggae and buying tickets? And
Never
making
too early.
reservations?
Yeah, reggae, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So reggae's been online. We did a full band announcement, a full lineup announcement this past week. And yeah, tickets are on sale, and that's another event that you want to buy now and secure your tickets because we do have a price increase, for those as well for your event. And when you get a weekend bracelet, that gets you into all the evening music, and there's an incredible lineup this year. We're pretty excited about that. And then the weekend before that, we have our first ever Tall Timber event, and we're really excited to be bringing in 12OC. Which I've never heard them before, but they're very popular, and I guess a really big band out of Portland, and should be a great time.
Grab your dancing boots.
Grab your dancing boots. Switch out your ski boots for your cowboy boots.
So we got some good stuff on.
We sure
on
do.
tap here.
Yeah, we sure do. It's going to be a great spring. We're really looking forward to it. And spring is the time to come out and enjoy Sugarloaf. Let me
It's
tell
when
you.
the mountain gets the most sun. It's whenever.
Yeah.
It used to be the snowiest month. Who knows? We could get surprised. We've had a few different flurries here and there.
Yeah.
We'd love another surprise too.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing us up to date.
Oh,
You
you're
don't want to miss out on those savings, especially
Definitely
if you know
not.
you're going to get it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you, Jessica.
Yeah,
we appreciate
thanks,
it.
Greg.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Well, and we hope to talk to you again soon and bring us up to date on some other things happening here on the mountain.
Yes.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more here on the Mountain Report.
Who's tired of standing in the beer aisle trying to make sense of 1,000 different IPAs? Can't there just be an easy choice? Shipyard's American Pale Ale cuts through the noise. It is the American Craft Classic, perfectly balanced and bursting with just the right amount of modern hop flavors. This is a beer for beer lovers that just don't need to overthink it. Delicious, flavorful, craft you can rely on. Shipyard APA, the perfect choice every time.
WSKI TV, so many ways to watch. Let me lay it out for you, okay? Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, we're on it. That's right. Roku, we're on it. You can download us. Spectrum app, we're on it. You can download the app and watch us on Spectrum. Also on our website, WSKITV.com. All you need is the web and your phone. You can also watch us on YouTube. All different ways to watch us. What are you waiting for? Tune in and check us out.
The WSKI Weather Report is brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. Good morning, skiers and riders. Sugarloaf and Carabasset Valley and beyond. Time for your latest local forecast and trail report brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. You can find this and much more at our website, WSKITV.com. We'll start the day off with some elevated wind out there and very cold temperatures, so be aware of that first thing this morning. We'll see base temperatures in the single digits with a west wind and -6 to -4 up towards the summit with a very elevated wind and some higher gusts. And that should die down a bit throughout the morning as well, so stay tuned. Partly to mostly sunny skies for the day on Monday. Temperatures up into the upper teens at the base, and they'll stick into they'll stay around the single digits at the summit, and that wind shouldn't be an issue for Monday. Mostly cloudy skies for Tuesday, warms up, high of 37. Then Wednesday, unfortunately, we're on the warm side of a storm, which will see some rain developing, high temperatures up into the mid-40s, and Thursday, mid-40s once again, with that rain changing over to some snow showers on the back end. Birchwood Interiors bringing you your trail report. 154 trails to ski and ride on, 12 lifts, getting you to 79 groomed trails, packed powder, hard pack conditions. We did receive about 2 inches of snow the last 24 hours or so that's some great news. Grooming in great. 8 o'clock, snowboard gets you up to the Base Lodge, Sawduster, and Skidway. Move you around the base area at 8:30, and 9 o'clock the Musculator gets going. King Pine and Whiffletree, those are the east side lifts. They get going at 8:30 as well, winds and weather permitting. West Mountain gets you up from the golf course. It gets going at 8 o'clock and 8:30. Bucksaw Express starts turning, and Super Quad and Skyline at 8:30, and number 3 T-Bar if needed. Double Runner East looks good to go first thing this morning, and uppermost lift Timberline, winds and weather permitting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's scheduled to go at 9 a.m. As far as grooming, groomers hard at work, grooming all over the hill last night. They got all the trails around the base area. Gondola Line, Timberline, Bridle Chain, Tote Road, Kings Landing, and Hayburn, as well as Haywire and Skidder, Narrow Gauge, Competition Hill, and Spillway and Sluice. Designated uphill route is open up to Spillway Crosscut, and you'll find fresh corduroy on White Nitro, Wedge, Hallback, Widowmaker, and Flume, Ram Down, and down below Two Hall, Whiffletree, and Slasher to get you back over towards the base area. Scoot, Windrow, Horseshoe, and West Mountain on the west side, and then Chipper, Bucksaw, Whistlepunk, Twitcher, Hatcher, Feller Buncher, Lower Beavertail, and Knot Bumper, all that new West Mountain expansion terrain smoothed out for you. It's a great beginner area, some great views as well. And the Sugarloaf Outdoor Center, another great alternative to alpine skiing, snowshoeing, as well as cross-country skiing, both skate style and classic style. And they've got rentals for everything and a great cafe, too. I have to check on the ice rink for today. Carabassa Valley Fat Bike Trails, with this colder weather and colder temperatures and new snow, things are being packed down. They should get good. Get your tire tracks out on them. And looking for some help with the mountain bike camp happening the last 2 weeks of July and the Anti-Gravity Complex. If you're looking for some indoor activity, check them out at the bottom of the access road, or the Sugarloaf Sports and Fitness Center for some great indoor activity and relaxation with their hot tub, swimming pool, weight room, all kinds of good stuff. They've got a great cafe too. And don't forget to tune in every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings from 7:30 to 9 a.m. for our live mountain report to get all the info to know before you go to plan your day out accordingly. And if you want to watch us streaming from anywhere, anytime, you can get our live stream. We've got it on WSKITV.com. We've also got a Roku channel. We've got a Fire TV channel, and we're on the Spectrum app, as well as locally on Channel 17. And if you want to get the word out about your business or your event, we work great for our sponsors as well, so give us a call. Have a great day out there, folks.
Hi, my name is Barb Larson, and I've been a Sugarloafer since I was about 10 years old. My favorite way to spend the day at Sugarloaf is without a doubt with my daughter and my husband taking some turns on the mountain. We live here, we work here, our kids are in the programs. We have our finger on the pulse of the market every single day. If you're looking to buy or sell, please come and visit. We're nearly ski in, ski out right off of Main Street at Sugarloaf.
Trail Report brought to you by Birchwood Interiors. Check them out today in Village West.
Well, good morning. It's a Mountain Report. We're back, and we've got Nick up there at the top. As we can see, a little bit of wind action up there. Nick, tell us how you are this morning, first off.
I'm doing well. How are you, Greg?
I'm living the dream here, the chilly dream today. I know you got, what, minus 8 or 10 up there this morning?
Yeah, it is. It's cold out this morning for sure. You want to dress up, cover exposed skin, stay warm today.
Yeah, those are important things to remember. Remember to hydrate, and if you get cold, don't hop on the lift in case it stops. That's certainly a good tip, too. We've got, looks like King Pine and Timberline on wind hold.
That's correct, yeah. Yes, currently Timberline and King Pine are the two lifts on wind hold. Everything else is turning.
Everything else is turning. That's great because we haven't had a chance to get to some of these spots here yesterday.
That's right.
Grooming looks pretty good. What's your take on the mountain? What do you think?
I think it's really good. Skiing's good. Grooming did a good job last night, and everything we've trail checked and got open this morning is skiing very well.
Now, if you were out there skiing or riding, what would be your trail of choice today?
Well, I'm getting ready to head out here shortly, but Spillway looks really good this morning.
Ah, there you go.
Drifted
Great
in
job.
a little bit. Skiers left, and everything else is just good, fresh corduroy. So it'll be a good trail.
Do you know, does anyone know anything about Brackett Basin and how things are over there?
Yep, Brackett's been holding up well. Still good skiing over there. Just, as always, be mindful, ski in groups, and keep your cell phone with you.
Right, because there could be some deep spots there as you're looking for your ski and you got to walk out. You want to make sure you're
That's right.
prepared. I know it happens. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Any races or events on mountain that we should know about?
Yep, the gauge is closed at Pickpole today. They'll be doing some racing from bottom of head wall. We got the rope up over there,
Yep.
so gauge will be closed probably for the better part of the day, racing.
Well, there you go. We wish them the best of luck. Get out there and enjoy the great snow we have. And we appreciate what you do as well. Thanks to you and the crew, and thanks for taking the time to chat with us this morning.
Hey, thank you, Greg, and shout out to the Mount Abram boys high school team. They won the gold ball last night. Congratulations.
Oh, that's right. We did mention that. They have never won a championship before, but they have won this, and congratulations to them. Thanks for bringing that up again. We want to give them a big shout out.
Heck yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
See you, Greg.
All right. Bye now. There you have it. And everyone's excited. Good for them. Mount Abram winning, and that's a big feat for them. They've never had a championship. Class C champions. Well, as we mentioned, Garrett Corbin joins us here, and we want to talk a little bit about, first off, you're in your gear. You've been out enjoying the outdoors.
I'm ready. Good morning, Greg. I am having second thoughts. That corduroy looks so nice. I think I'm going to just head up there and come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's okay.
you got to plan it on a total wind hold day, right?
Right, exactly. I thought they'd hold the wind in it for a little bit, but on that note, one exciting thing we're working on in town, I just want to start off with, we're going to try to adopt a new ordinance that prohibits wind in the town of Carrabassett Valley. So no more wind here once we pass that.
So there'll be a sign right at Town Hall that says no passing wind?
So exactly. Well, we hadn't gotten to the signage yet, but I'll take that under advisement, Greg. That's a good one. Thank you. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist, Well, thanks for being here this morning, first off.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
And you have had a great experience you wanted to share outside, huh? You did
I did, but you know what? That call-in just reminded me I need to give a shout out to my friends who drove 5 hours here from Fort Kent, which is the crown of Maine, the top of Maine.
The crown of Maine.
And they had a good couple laps yesterday in a race that's still ongoing today. So shout out to the Fort Kent high school race team too. So I think they're high school, maybe they're middle school. I'm losing track of
Well,
this
that's
point,
all right. They're here,
okay.
and we welcome them, and they'll have some great conditions today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of yesterday, so a lot of us who mountain bike here in the summer tend to go up to the Stratton Brook Hut because there's a few great mountain bike trails up there. It's been years since I was there in the winter. Maine Hudson Trails was kind enough to invite me to a feast, they called it, event that they had yesterday with the people from Eventide and a few other restaurants in Portland. And it was a fundraiser for Maine Hudson Trails. And got up there, met some amazing people, locals, really interesting Mainers too, just people from all over. And it was a reminder of how whether it's up there or in the base lodge or anywhere around here, it's a really nice third space, they call it, which is a place where you can meet, where the public can meet. Should we take that? Is it? No? Okay. The public can meet somewhere outside their house or their workplace and kind of build the fabric of community. So often, libraries, coffee shops, bars, things like that tend to be considered third spaces. Not everywhere has huts like we have, or the amazing village center and places like Bullwinkle's. Even the chairlift could count in that regard. So I just was reflecting a little bit on my way down. Don't ask me how many times I fell on my Nordic skis on the way down. You'll see, if you go up there today, there's imprints in the snow left and right from me. snowboarder here. Not an uphill Nordic skiing is a lot easier, but it was really nice, and it just I was thinking about how this is a really nice community building third space that we have going on here in Carabasset Valley. So shout out to the Hudson Trails. Thanks, Wolf, for inviting me, and to Sugarloaf and the town for just creating the place that we have here.
Sure, sure. And there are so many opportunities. Have we got Seth on the phone?
No.
Okay, you let him take another lap. That's nice of you, huh? Well, we will talk to him, but we are going to be using the phone, and we're going to be talking about some things that are coming up. Do you want to give it a little bit of context first before we open up the phone lines with any questions?
Sure, thanks. Yeah, so I'm here this morning primarily to talk about the town meeting, which is an annual New England tradition that we participate in the traditional way here in Carabasset Valley. And towns throughout New England, especially in Maine and Mass, have a real strong town meeting history.
Yeah.
I think New Hampshire and Rhode Island and Vermont, maybe even Connecticut too. I think many towns have town meetings, which is a way of doing your sort of annual vote for the town budget in a way that's not necessarily just going into a booth and voting on a ballot. Rather, you have these the traditional style is an open town meeting where everyone talks through collectively what the plan is. And so it's interesting to me that, you know, outside of New England, county government is the main form of government. If you're getting involved locally, it might be with your county, not necessarily even with your town. And here in New England, it's a little more town or city centric, or even plantations, this other unique form of municipality we have here. So in Carabasset Valley, we, like half of the towns in Maine, have a annual March town meeting. The law until 1970 required towns to hold their town meeting in March because back 100 plus years ago, that was the one time of year when the fisher people and farmers actually had a break. But you think about March in Maine is kind of rugged. So before cars, people would come out in their, you know, on horses or by foot and trudge through snow to get to the town meeting, and that was the big event of the winter. So it's sort of the New Year's Eve, sort of, I don't know if you want to call it Christmas or Hanukkah or what, but it's the big event in municipal government. And like I said, here in Carabasset Valley, we still stick with the March annual town meeting, which works well since there are so many people who tend to be here that time
And
of
if
year,
you
too.
want to bring a horse or, you know, a ride in sled, you can.
It's great, preferably Clydesdales. If you're going to do it, go bigs. Yeah. So, yeah. So we've got ours coming up, and I just thought I'd try to help explain this morning a little preview of when and where and those kinds of things. So,
yeah. Well, we got some. There's a lot of things that are going on, and a lot of things people should be aware of as a resident or taxpayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every year you've got the standard sort of budget with the town meeting, and then you'll have typically one or two in any given town, maybe a handful of unique things going on that have sort of special articles at the end of what they call the town meeting warrant, is the document that you vote on. And each thing you vote on is an article on the warrant. And the last several are, this year we have 8 kind of new ones. So yeah, I want to help explain those to people. I've got a post on the town website, carabassetvalley.org, Corbin's Corner. If you find that, there's an article called All About Town Meeting that explains, so just, you know, to start off with some of the quick details, the time and place is Wednesday, March 12th. To vote for the moderator, who's the person who presides over the town meeting, and then all of the elected officers, who this year we have a select board, school committee, and sanitary district are elected, and I think there's 1 or 2 people running for each of those bodies, definitely 2 for the select board this year. And so the voting for that is what they call secret ballot. That's the traditional, or the kind that we've come to know here, and anywhere where you go to vote, where you go into a booth and get to vote secretly on who you'd like to elect. So that part of the polls is 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Then that finishes, and that's the time, if you haven't registered to vote and you'd like to vote here, and you are in fact a resident here, you can register to vote during that 8 to 6 period down at the town office.
Yeah.
At the town office. And then those polls close at 6. There's a brief pause, and then a half hour later, once Wendy, the town clerk, and her friends who help run the election are able to make it up to the open portion of the town meeting. That starts at 6:30, and I say up because it's not at the town office, it's at the outdoor center. The Nordic Center here is where we host town meeting, and that's where the real fun begins on the rest of the articles.
It's much bigger.
It is, yes. It's much bigger space. Can host a lot of people there, and we've had really good turnout and really good town meetings, and then I'll just back up a little bit. The Monday before that, Monday, March 10th, the Select Board's going to hold its bi-weekly meeting at the Beacon Room in the Community Center, the library building.
Right.
And we're opening up a public hearing at that Select Board meeting on things that will be voted on Wednesday, 2 days later. So if there are things people want to talk through before the town meeting, we welcome you to come to that Select Board meeting on the 10th. That starts at 4:30, and that'll be the main agenda item on that Monday.
Right. Wow. That's a busy time right there.
Well,
That's a busy day, a lot going on. Now we're going to talk about some of there's a TIF hearing, and tell us, maybe you can unpack that just a little bit.
Sure, yeah. So the law requires any municipality that would like to adopt a tax increment financing district and program, also shortened down to just calling it a TIF, has to have a public hearing, at least one public hearing before a town meeting vote on it. So that will be, so we're having that public hearing on Monday the 10th, and then opening it up to discussion about other articles too. So the TIF is the third to last, I think, article on here. Let's see, TIF proposal is Article 34, and so in that Corbin's Corner All About Town Meeting post, there's a link to the warrant. There's on the homepage, there's 2 other places that link to the town meeting warrant too. So if you'd like to look at these articles, anyway, there's a total of 36 articles on the warrant, and Article 34 is the proposal to do the tax increment finance district, which we talked a little bit about when I was on the program last time. And I was reluctant, it was February vacation, I was reluctant to bore people, but anyone here today is probably just, if you're watching right now, you're probably just waiting for things to warm up a little bit outside. So while we've got time.
We're heating it up in here.
Yes, we are. Yeah, warming right up. So the TIF district would be, often it's a way to take revenue from new developments to put towards a type of development that you're trying to attract to town or lure to kind of incentivize it. But here we, as people know, or we'll find out as we talk about some of the projects in the works, we've got a lot of development happening in this town, for decades running, and we're lucky to benefit from that. And so another thing that's sort of a result of our success is that our share of the county valuation and the county taxes has gone up substantially. So Select Board's been looking into ways that we could try to save a little bit, save some of our exposure to those county taxes to reduce the amount that we pay in county taxes, which is this year it's like 1.6 million, I think, is a year in county taxes, or that's the valuation maybe. But so it's substantial, and so the TIF district would allow, if we do that, that will any new development value that is within the district will not count towards what we get taxed on by the county. So that'll save a little bit of money, and over time, over the 30-year period, it saves one of those annual payments to the county. So a full, we'll get basically a year. I don't want to say free, but a year's savings over the 30-year period, which might not sound like a lot, but it's real money when you're talking millions. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we are going to open up the phone lines here, and we're going to talk about some of the different projects that you may have some interest and may have some questions about, and we will do that when we come right back with Gareth Corbin, who is town manager of Carrabassett Valley, nice enough to join us, and we'll take those live calls in a moment.
What's your favorite thing to eat here at the bag?
Bag burger. Bag burger.
Love the baked potato, actually. Half in the bag punch. I love the lifty lemonade.
Cheeseburger soup, very good.
Pepperoni pizza.
Burger.
Yeah, Valentine.
Pastrami sandwiches.
Chicken wings. Bag burger.
Cheese pizza.
Bag burger.
Whatever's on the menu.
All of it.
Jordan Lumber has flooring and tile for all budgets, applications, and styles that suit any of your needs. Our proven favorites include Baxter and Quickstep laminates, Hallmark, BSL, Maine Traditions, and Lausen hardwoods, Del Conca, Interceramic, and Sluter tiles. Jordan Lumber has been selling flooring products for more than 40 years. It understands what works and what does not. Our experience with countertops is equally impressive. We'd be happy to help you in any way we can.
Finder Sugarloaf Edition is a collaboration between Shipyard Brewing Company and Sugarloaf Ski Resort, featuring the trail map as a design for the can, but it's still the same Finder New England style IPA.
Having grown up skiing when the gondola was still there and still loving it every year, being able to have this unique partnership with Sugarloaf is truly a dream come true. Couldn't be prouder, couldn't be happier. Cheers.
It's a robust beer for a robust skier, great for après ski.
Give a bit of Maine history this holiday season. Give them a gift from the 1901 Original Maine Flag Store. Start with the original 1901 Maine flags in 4 sizes. From there, click off your gift list with hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, balsam sachets, boat bags, and even more flags. You're proud of Maine. Show it with a 1901 Original Maine Flag gift from their Made in Maine stores in Kingfield and Rangeley. Or shop online at 1901mainflag.com.
All right, we are back. It is mono skier Seth Nickerson right here joining us, brought to you by the Downhill Supply. Of course, I'm just kidding. When you demo, you get both skis. I know it's hard to believe, but you do. Seth, what do you think? How's it feeling out there, other than cold?
It's a great morning out here, guys. It starts out a little bit chilly. It's -10 up top. It's blowing a little bit coming out of the west towards the east. I found a couple of pockets of some fluffy stuff over on the east side first thing this morning. They were grooming. They groomed over there last, so it's nice and soft over there. The snow, the wind is coming out of the west, so it's a little scoured off on the timberline side. But I poked around up top there. It's still real nice. But timberline starting on wind hold, and king pine is going to start on wind hold this morning.
Well, there you have it. And what is your trail of choice that you've had a chance to take?
School was pretty nice. The sun had just got on it first thing this morning, and nobody else had been on it. It was real nice first thing this morning. They groomed all the groomers are perfect this morning.
That's the Nickerson go-to, scoot. He loves to scoot.
Well, there's really hardly any turning involved.
Perfect. Well, there you go. And you are turning because you got Stokely's, and you're turning accurately, right?
Yeah, I went over to the Downhill Supply yesterday. Got myself a pair of these Stokely's from John. It's the Montero. It's a 180. It's about an 84, 86 underfoot. It's got a nice big shovel up on the front there. It's gonna plow through most of the crud here at Sugarloaf. But fortunately, we don't have any crud today. The groomers are all groomed up nice, and you're gonna be able to whip right around.
So the word is dress for it today, right?
Throw an extra layer on toe warmers. My feet are a little bit chilly first thing this morning already, but yeah, throw the extra warmer. Throw the extra layers on, the warmers in your gloves, and go. It's a great morning out here. The sun's out. It's actually a real nice morning out here.
Yeah, it's going to warm up a little bit. Got to, sooner or later. Timberline, King Pine starting the day off on window. We appreciate your report and you getting out there and getting cold for us.
All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, thank you so much, Seth Nickerson. And we're back with Garrett Corbin, and we are here talking about some of the different. I guess we should talk about some of the projects because it's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, let's
going
talk
on.
about projects. But
Yeah.
I do like this idea that it's a crud-free Sunday up there. This the snow looks really nice.
Yeah.
I think it'll be right when WSKI ends. What you go till 9:30 or so?
Yeah, you know,
thereabouts? So
sometimes.
I think we should all go
Whenever
up
he-
together.
Whenever he tells me to stop.
Okay, good deal. So I think we should all go up together. It's warming up nicely, I can tell. So several items on. We were just talking about the town meeting and coming up Wednesday, March 12th, and the things on the warrant. So if you'd like, we can go one by one through the big ones.
Why not?
Okay, the
Yeah.
new exciting things on the
Yeah.
warrant.
Yeah.
And so you've probably heard, anyone who's been tuned in a bit, whether it's SKI or just around town, has probably heard about the Sugarloaf Short Course, which is a 9-hole proposal to create a new 9-hole a walkable golf course that's open to play for all ages and ability levels, adjacent to the existing 18-hole course, and so sort of off West Mountain Road, down towards, as you come up the access road, it would be on your right, and then you turn onto West Mountain Road, and it would also continue on your right all the way to where the current driving range is. And so that's an exciting new proposal that really would be, if we do it, will be a world-class amazing, probably the coolest 9-hole course in the country, no question. So the way that we did the 18-hole course was Sugarloaf donated the land to the town that Sugarloaf owned, and then the town took out a tax-exempt bond to help build the course that then we've contracted with Sugarloaf to manage over the years. And so that seemed to be a great sort of win-win success, and so as many people know, I've just been in this role for 8 months, and so before I came here the last few years, there's been a lot of energy and effort put into developing this course proposal. And so that is article, yeah.
And does that include, that also include the retention pond?
Right.
That is part of that
yes,
too?
so
Okay.
the town side of this is sort of a matching thing in concept. So again, the Sugarloaf would gift 37 acres of land to the town, which would become a permanent town-owned asset for time immemorial, and then would take out a bond. $6 million is the estimated cost plus interest to develop the course. And that is so the town side is developing the course. Sugarloaf is investing a comparable amount in a pond irrigation snowmaking system that would really help the on-mountain snowmaking. And so that is sort of built into the course. It's already permitted by the state and by the town planning board. So they're investing in the snowmaking side of it, which would also keep some water available for potable water for West Mountain. As people may or may not know, we get that water out of the river primarily. There are some wells, but a lot of it comes from the pristine Carrabassett River, which fluctuates in how much it flows. So there's an interest in creating a pond to help reduce that fluctuation, so you have a reliable amount of water to use for, like I said, potable water for West Mountain, water for snowmaking, water for the course, and then also for the fire trucks. That would be a new for all the West Mountain residential units that are going up there. The fire chief is excited to see that as a new sort of a steady or reliable source of water for them, and hopefully they don't need it. But there was actually, first time in 5 years or so, there was a fire on West Mountain.
There was.
A month or so ago, and they it was a multi-unit. The lower unit unfortunately got the brunt of the damage where the fire started, but I think the fire department was able to get there in time thanks to a neighbor calling right in the nick of time to save the upstairs units, and so that's a success story. And the fire department does a lot of rescues here, but you hope that they never have fires to respond to, and that's something. It was just a reminder that kind of thing can happen.
Courtney sent me a clip of it. He had it on security camera.
What was it? Yeah, the security camera. The person away was watching their Ring camera, I think, and they called it in and said, "Hey, I think I'm watching a fire develop across the street from me." thank goodness I don't know who that person is, but a huge.
Thank you.
We should probably honor them. The town might want to thank them for saving that whole complex. Yeah. So. So anyway, that's so there's a variety of things that the water pond will be helpful for. The golf course would be helpful for attracting people outside the ski season. So spring, summer, fall. We've got biking, we've got golf, we've got hiking. You know, a plethora of things. And this would be. I don't know about you, but that 18-hole course is I find pretty challenging as a sort of amateur golfer. So this would be a more playable version. And I think the question for the town is really are we okay with can we afford it? Are we okay with stomaching the cost of it? Because otherwise, if it was otherwise, it's a no-brainer. I think a lot of people are supportive. Sugarloaf's also investing without town any sort of town match in the lift service downhill biking that will be attract some more people here. And I guess. I'm now just imagining Josh in my head would be saying, no, the town's match is of course the rest of the amazing mountain bike trail network that the town works on. So, but Sugarloaf is matching that, and so I think if the bike course will start this summer, it'll do wonders for summer business. If we do the golf course, it'll similarly complement that, and so. Looking at some exciting come 2027, 2028, a fairly busy summer activity here.
Perhaps we can just pause there, and then if someone does have a question, remember this is not watch and win. You will win nothing except for knowledge. 237-6895. We'll take your call live. We just want to know, maybe if you're a resident, perhaps, or don't have to, but you can tell us if you'd like. Or non-resident, and you don't have to give us your name. You can remain anonymous, but if you do have a question about this particular project, 237-6895 is the number. We'll open up the phone lines, and we'll continue with some of these other projects. We'll read through them, but if you do have a question, you can call in at any time.
Yeah, there might be a little delay, so they might.
There could be a delay depending on what format you're watching, because now we've expanded in a few different streaming media, so they don't always hit your TV at the same time. So that might be fun. But apparently you've done a great job so far explaining that project. So we'll kind of move forward to the next one, and then if someone has a question, they can call in, and then we'll address it as it comes in.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully I've been clear enough. So
I think you have.
If you're.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
So. I'm not a taxpayer. As I tell you many times, I wish I was here, but I'm not. I pay in other towns. But will this affect taxes?
Yes, this is the item. So the proposed budget, let me, aside from the golf course, right now the mill rate is 4.3, which means if your house is $100,000 or your property is worth $100,000, you're paying $430 a year in taxes. If your property is worth $1 million, you're paying $4,300 in taxes. And so the proposed budget that's been approved by the budget committee that I developed with town staff, input on things that the town needs, is proposed to bring the mill rate up to an estimated. It's hard to really predict with certainty what the revenues will be in the coming year, but we're looking at about 4.6. So it's going up, 0.3 mils. So you're again, if your property was $100,000. The mill rate would go up or your tax would go up from $430 to $460, thereabouts, maybe $462.
And that mill rate compared to the rest of the state, how does that compare?
It's the lowest in the state for an organized municipality. My understanding, I don't think there's anyone else that's lower than this town, unless it's in sort of a. There might be a plantation or two out there, but for the organized towns that run with a select board like we do, you can't beat this town's taxes. Condo owners, of course, know the association fees are significant, and so that's a thing that the select board and I are mindful of. Is if you live in the valley, you might only be paying taxes and utilities. If you live on the mountain, you're paying taxes, utilities, and something. We were in Snowbrook for 20 years, and I remember the HOAs try to keep those fees down, but that's something else to shoulder. So that's part of the reason that we try really hard to keep the tax rate down in this town.
Wow.
So
it's been down for a very long time. I mean, I guess that's something to be celebrated.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But I mean, this is a big project. Yeah.
It
So
is,
people have the opportunity to vote on this, and again, if you have a question, now would be the great time to ask it. 237-6895. You win absolutely nothing.
I didn't get to the, so to answer your question though, what the mill rate impact of the golf course would be, is comparable to what the proposed budget is going up, not for any one particular thing for the town, but for a lot of little things.
Okay.
And for the golf course, it would add about that same, so go from 4.3 is the current rate, the proposed budget would bring it to 4.6, and the golf course would bring it to 4.95 thereabouts. So 3.5 tenths of a mil is what we're looking at there, and which is about what I think has been expected all along. People knew that there would be that's some investment on the town's part to have a new golf course and 37 acres on the mountain that we don't currently own or have the opportunity to purchase. So
Okay, yeah.
so that's that. Yep.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job explaining. Let's
Okay.
talk about some of the others.
Next
and
one.
You're welcome to call in if you do have a question during that.
Please don't hesitate. Okay, so that's Article 28. Article 29 is the pickleball and multi-use facility. If you haven't heard of pickleball, I like to think of it as sort of a combination of tennis, wiffle ball, more because of the type of ball you use, and badminton. This is a little bit slower than tennis, and I've had the opportunity to play at the AGC only once, but it was really enjoyable. It's a really fun new sport that I get why it's catching on like wildfire. Anyone who visits the Anti-Gravity Center knows that it's a busy place without pickleball.
Right.
With pickleball there, it's even busier. So the devotees of pickleball have decided in the last year or so that they think the town would benefit from having a separate dedicated facility for pickleball, and maybe some other things that are like that, maybe tennis, something along those lines, maybe a room for physical therapy, or a variety of things we could explore. And so there's a proposal not to build the facility this year, but to study it.
Study it.
So $55,000 is what they had requested for all in. A big chunk of that would be the environmental permitting to see if it's possible to build this facility adjacent to the Anti-Gravity Center, because there are wetlands around it. So first question is this even doable? And in that location, if not, do we need to explore somewhere else? And then the estimates they're looking at for if we were to move forward and if it were something that could be permitted is around a good $2 million, I think, is what they're talking. So stay tuned. That's they're interested in moving forward with building the building next year. So if the exploration of that that site kind of work out on schedule this year, then you might the town might have an opportunity to vote on that next year. And a quick side note, just speaking of the town. In my Corbin's Corner post, I explained that it's only residents who are able to vote because, as we know, we can only vote in one place. You can't vote in multiple towns, just like with national and state elections. Same thing with local elections. So you have to be a resident here to vote. That doesn't mean that you have to be a resident to come to the town meeting. So it's open to the public. If you are from another town and you want to speak, the voters in this town have to pass a motion at town meeting allowing people to speak who are from other towns. But normally town meetings will go for that, and so I just want to mention, if you come to town meeting and you're not a resident, that doesn't, you're welcome to be there. Maybe if you could stay towards the back or something like that to help make clear who's a resident voter, that might help, because we're expecting a large turnout because of all these exciting things. So.
Right, but if you're non-resident, you could call in if you have a question.
That too, non-resident, resident, anywhere.
Anywhere. No questions so far. That's
okay.
Great. You're doing wonderful work.
It's okay. So the pickleball facility that's the study for that, and the next study that I'll mention. Both the funds would come out of surplus, so those won't impact the mill rate this year. If we build the building, you can expect a mill rate increase, but we'll talk about that next year when we cross that bridge. And if you don't know, there's the town owned next to Mountainside Grocers, where I worked 20 years ago, and I'm fond of that place. is if you've never been in there, when you turn right into Mountainside Grocers, presuming you're coming off the mountain, you kind of keep bearing right up to the amazing, beautiful, lovely library that this town has. And then just past there's this huge garage facility, and it doesn't look like much from the outside, but you get in there and climbing walls and trampolines, and it's just an amazing asset to the town. So that whole lot is town owned, and so we're just you know, even with the pickleball study, we're keeping kind of a bigger mindset of trying to look at what the town's options are
Sure.
for that space too.
Yeah.
So
A plan.
yeah.
A plan.
Plan. Okay, so that's pickleball. Any more questions about pickleball for now?
Did you win?
I think is. So,
Did you win?
Did I win? No, I was far from winning. It was, but we played doubles and it was fun. You know, it's a great way to meet people, and it's just something that, it's for, I think probably, you know, impact on your joints kinds of reasons. It's become popular with seniors. It might be a little bit easier on the body than tennis. But that doesn't mean that you have to be a senior to play. So you know, anyone could play, and it's just one of those. Do you like those sports where you're volleying a ball across the net? I used to play volleyball, and so if you're into that kind of sport, it's a fun thing. Yep. And then if we do pickleball, I'm expecting we'll have an interest in building facilities for every other fun sport out there. So maybe 50 years from now, we'll be the town with an amazing amount of indoor year-round facilities. In the summer, we obviously accommodate all kinds of with our courts down at the town office, and we're able to do a lot in the summer too. But this is really just in the winter. Can we support that sport more, and is the town interested?
Got it.
We'll find out. Next one on the list, Article 30, the town office study, improvements to the town office. If you've been there, it's at least as old as I am, and it's showing its wear. The town office just, the building itself, really the side of it that houses the ambulance service really needs some love. The side that is the town office could use some love, and it might not necessarily be the best setup for public access, and so my office is upstairs. If people have trouble with stairs, that's not accessible to them. So there's a variety of things that could be improved there. The space for the public, for the staff, and you know, engineer. Well, so we had an architect study it last year. She's recommended that an engineer now look into and help us design different options for rehabbing the building and maybe reconstruction to an extent. And so we'll be, that's the pickleball study is $55,000. The out of surplus, the town office study is $35,000 out of study. That would help supplement the existing reserve that we've already built. And so we're trying to take, we'll probably all in be around $50,000 to study that, come up with some sort of menu of options for the town to chew on what kind of redesign, how much it would like to spend on that. And so we'll move forward in the next year or two with that, ideally. And
does that include, the study include the architecture designing too, or is that separate?
Hopefully, that's a great question. Ask me again in 6 months, because
Okay.
I haven't explored, you know, I
enough.
haven't talked with all the entities, but we're hoping we can get some sort of in-kind studies. That worked out well with a few of the other buildings, the fire station, the bus wash.
Right.
We had some help, sort of pro bono on that. And then if we do move forward, it's expected to be a significant cost, so I think the fundraising effort would probably be envisioned to help complement the taxpayer investment in that. But really, you know, it's not just the town office; it's the home to the summer outdoor adventure camp, and just amazing facility in the summer. If you haven't been there, there's recreation, there's parks and pools and that summer camp, and we're just trying to think about how we can really kind of support an already popular summer space and have that building complement what's going on there in the recreation, health, and wellness side as well.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan. A great study first and come up with the right options. Anyone has any questions? Again, 237-6895 is. We're going to get Seth for a quick update, and hold on one second. we will make him live, and Seth Nickerson will join us here and see if we can get an update on what's going on out. You are live. We are live, and you are live as can be. So we can see you now. Good morning, guys. Morning. So tell us a little bit. Give us an update.
You got me over here. I'm not at the head wall anymore.
No, we see you, and you are live and in person.
Stay ski in, ski out at Sugarloaf Inn for unmatched on-mountain convenience. Boot up in the comfort of your room, head down to your private ski locker, and you'll be on the chairlift in no time. After you spend your day making turns at the loaf, head back to the inn for après. With the Shipyard Brewhouse on site to serve you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you'll be fueled up throughout your stay. See you soon for your slopeside stay.
When you think of Maine, you think of a uniquely beautiful place full of natural, homegrown flavors like Ricker Hill's Maniac Hard Cider. Made from apples they grow.
And so either the no questions mean that people are just hoping I'll get through this so they can focus on skiing and not town business, or hopefully I'm clearly explaining everything to anyone who's interested. So, and thank you if you're not a town resident, if you're just watching and you're here for the weekend. Thanks for watching and going through something that you might not have thought about when you came up here for the weekend. But we are always trying to attract people to live here year round.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It's one of the most amazing places in New England, probably the most amazing in Maine in the winter, and then even in the summer. The whole area is great.
Hi, do you have a question for Garrett?
I do. I was wondering what the situation is with the carriage road access.
Sure. Great question.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll answer that. We'll let you go.
Yeah. Carriage Road, if as you may or may not be aware, is down between the town office and Tafulio's. If you drive off Route 27 and you start down that road, eventually it's a dirt road that goes all the way to the Long Falls Dam Road and back to the sort of east side of Flagstaff Lake. And it's felt like a town road for as long as the town's been around, but it's actually on Penobscot-owned land, land owned by the Penobscot Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you get past the A-frames and the houses in the village down there, you'll see a gate. You'll meet a gate. It's been gated for a few years, 4 years now, I think. The Penobscot Nation has closed access to most of the trails on their property, and for a variety of reasons. We have one of the challenges for me, or things that I was asked to work on when I started last summer, was trying to resume communication with the nation to see if we can work on that. So it's understandable that somebody is wondering about the carriage road, because it's this town artery that's closed, and there's a lot of town interest in getting that reopened, along with other trails on Penobscot land. If you don't have to be a lawyer to know that people have rights in Maine over whether to open or close their property, and so they've chosen to close their property for the time being. There's a member of the Penobscot tribe, Ron Bear. He's on the Maine Hudson Trails board. He's a forester for the Penobscots, wears several hats, great guy, and he's been communicating with the town over the past few years, and hoping to. We've had some meetings with him. I met with Chief Francis last summer about what we could do to kind of get things back on positive footing. And then Mike Burgess, the Director of Economic Community Development for the Penobscot Nation, or maybe it's just Economic Development, I think is his title. He and Ron Bear have they've started getting involved in the comp plan process, and we're trying to work on, hopefully amending the town's ordinances in a way that promote more residential development on Penobscot property. So that's a positive. I've got a little bit more about that in the town report article that's coming out in a week or so. You'll have that annual town report book. So check out my intro article for a little update on that. But that's the positive news to report right now. But in terms of, I know there's a lot of interest, snowmobile, ATV, hikers, snowshoers. in those trails, in the carriage road, and it's front and center on our minds. But the fact of the matter is, it's not our decision. It's the town doesn't own it. So all we can do is just try to make sure the Penobscots know that we appreciate them, and that that we're interested in working together. And so we're working on that. And I'm not at a point where I can make any promises,
Sure.
but we've made some offers, and we've got a dialogue going.
That's great. It started. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. I hope that this time next year I can report that the carriage trail's been reopened, but I really can't promise that. But just know that we're working in earnest, and I think there's been some good faith statements from the Penobscots are trying to work with us too. There's just a variety of other concerns, and a bit of it has to do with some state legislation that we probably don't have time to get into today.
Okay.
But so there's a lot in the mix there, and it's something that we hope can change for the better sooner than later.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good question. Thanks for waking me up with that one. Okay, so and that's but I mean if anyone's expecting to see that on the town meeting warrant this year, it's not. There's nothing ready for a vote there. What we have done, what I could also say, is the town over time had maintained that road for the Penobscots until it was closed. So we continue to keep funds. I think it's $12,000 a year in the budget towards that purpose, towards the highway reserve for the town. And should they reopen it, we're prepared to try to invest in improving it. Really hoping to open that to the public again soon. So that's the carriage road question. And anyone else, any other questions, please? Yep, you're still welcome to call in.
237-6895.
So yeah, we've talked golf course, we've talked TIF, we've talked pickleball, we've talked town office. Those are probably the more exciting ones, carriage road. And then, yeah, a plethora. I don't know how much time you want me here that I have left, but there's a plethora of other ones to go through if you like.
Yeah, let's go through some more.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got a zoning ordinance change that's about when you can, if you've got a building that doesn't make sense to rehab, can you rebuild it there? The ordinance said that the planning board can. Another call.
Hi, thanks for calling. You have a question for Garrett.
Yes. Is there any consideration for like an urgent care center or some sort of medical up here for our aging population? Thank you.
There is indeed. Excellent question. Great one. So I think Sugarloaf has said this publicly. It wasn't really public until somewhat recently, but they're exploring the hospital in Farmington had been interested in exploring doing some sort of facility up here in town. And so Sugarloaf is thinking about or is in discussion with them. They can speak to it more than I can. Again, I'm with the town. Sugarloaf's a separate private entity that occupies and is amazingly important part of the town. Yep. So they are in dialogue about that very thing as we speak, bringing that to town. I think what they're trying to explore is how much use the facility would get outside of the winter. So I think it's pretty clear that there's interest in that in the winter. Is there enough year-round traffic to make that viable outside of the winter? And my goal as town manager is to help cultivate the year-round community here enough that becomes a definite yes. Not because people need medical care necessarily, but because there's enough people. And if you're accident prone like me, I almost, I'm the guy who broke both my ankles on Scoot, one of the easier trails on the mountain. So yeah, you never know when something's going to come up. Not just urgent care, but there's a variety of even more health care or senior housing, workforce housing. Those are important things.
Truly.
And the towns, there's a nonprofit that was formed at least in part by the town, that's really looking in earnest into housing matters too. So, but yes is the short answer to that question. Yes, that's stay tuned. Probably in the next year or 2, 3 years, hopefully we could see something on that front.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exciting.
Thanks for the
okay,
question.
that's great. Yeah, these are good questions on things that I hadn't planned to cover, but I hope this also demonstrates that we are active, and I've mentioned this before on the show, but there's not a lot of rest for us. There are just so many exciting rods in the fire and things we've got cooking right now. So I was just starting there's a zoning ordinance amendment. It's about when the planning board can give approval with certain conditions to rebuilding sort of tear down or properties that are on space that would be non-conforming or unable to comply with existing zoning. And then there's also, we're changing some terminology. There was, I think, he and her kind of references in that ordinance that we're changing to they for obvious reasons. So that's probably the most straightforward. That and the last article I'll get to are pretty straightforward. Actually, I'll just jump ahead. So that's Article 32. Article 35 is to propose taking what we have, the town and the Carrabassett Region NEMBA, Sierra NEMBA Mountain Bike Club have done a matching fund for trail infrastructure improvement for, I don't know, a good decade, I think. And that account, because we benefited from some amazing grants, that account has a decent amount in it. And so there's a proposal to put that fund, to create a capital reserve account, to put that money in for, I don't want to say a rainy day, but just in the event that we're not able to keep that pipeline of grants coming.
Correct.
We might need some local funds, and so if we put it in a reserve, that will generate interest and just help that fund. So there's a question of just, is the town okay with putting that in a reserve, because that requires a town meeting vote, and I don't, that's a pretty straightforward one. The school committee is proposing, this is a little bit, more of something to chew on, creating a capital reserve as well for either in this town or surrounding towns supporting capital needs in the school buildings that surround us. So the school buildings in Stratton, Kingfield, Strong, all are probably also, just like any aging building, needs some help. And so the school committee would like to start a reserve to build up some funds to help when the time comes to support those. So they're proposing taking $250,000 that they actually have in a overage at the moment and putting that into a reserve, and they'd like to do that annually. So the school committee could speak to that better than I can. They have their own sort of separate jurisdiction, like the sanitary district. So the town works with them, but at the end of the day, they make their own decisions on a lot of things.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. If there's any other questions, we will take those. We're going to finish up with Garrett. We appreciate him joining us here this morning, but we will be right back, so don't go away. And if you have a question, don't hesitate.
The WSKI Weather Report is brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. Good morning, skiers and riders, Sugarloaf and Carrabassett Valley and beyond. Time for your latest local forecast and trail report, brought to you by Mountainside Real Estate. You can find this and much more at our website, WSKITV.com. We'll start the day off with some elevated wind out there and very cold temperatures, so be aware of that first thing this morning. We'll see base temperatures in the single digits with a west wind and -6 to -4 up towards the summit with a very elevated wind and some higher gusts. And that should die down a bit throughout the morning as well, so stay tuned. Partly and mostly sunny skies for the day on Monday. Temperatures up into the upper teens at the base, and they'll stick into they'll stay around the single digits at the summit, and that wind shouldn't be an issue for Monday. Mostly cloudy skies for Tuesday, warms up, high of 37. Then Wednesday, unfortunately, we're on the warm side of a storm, which will see some rain developing. High temperatures up into the mid-40s. And Thursday, mid-40s once again, with that rain changing over to some snow showers on the back end. Birchwood Interiors bringing you your trail report. 154 trails to ski and ride on, 12 lifts, getting you to 79 groomed trails, pack powder, hard pack conditions. We did receive about 2 inches of snow the last 24 hours or so that's some great news. Grooming in great. 8 o'clock, Snubber gets you up to the base lodge, Sawduster and Skidway. Move you around the base area at 8:30, and 9 o'clock the Musculator gets going. King Pine and Whiffletree, those are the east side lifts. They get going at 8:30 as well, winds and weather permitting. West Mountain gets you up from the golf course. It gets going at o'clock and 8:30. Bucksaw Express starts turning, and Super Quad and Skyline at 8:30, and number 3 T-Bar if needed. Double Runner East looks good to go first thing this morning, and the uppermost lift Timberline, winds and weather permitting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's scheduled to go at 9 a.m. As far as grooming, groomers hard at work, grooming all over the hill last night. They got all the trails around the base area, gondola line, timberline, bridle chain, tote road, Kings Landing, and Hayburn, as well as Haywire and Skidder, narrow gauge, Competition Hill, and Spillway and Sluice. Designated uphill route is open up to Spillway Crosscut, and you'll find fresh corduroy on White Nitro, Wedge, Hallback, Widowmaker, and Flume, Ram Down, and down below Two Hall, Whiffletree, and Slasher to get you back over towards the base area. Scoot, Windrow, Horseshoe, and West Mountain on the west side, and then Chipper, Bucksaw, Whistlepunk, Twitcher, Hatcher, Feller Buncher, Lower Beavertail, and Knot Bumper, all that new West Mountain expansion terrain smoothed out for you. It's a great beginner area, some great views as well. And the Sugarloaf Outdoor Center, another great alternative to alpine skiing, snowshoeing, as well as cross-country skiing, both skate style and classic style. And they've got rentals for everything and a great cafe, too. I have to check on the ice rink for today. Carabassa Valley Fat Bike Trails, with this colder weather and colder temperatures and new snow, things are being packed down. They should get good. Get your tire tracks out on them. And looking for some help with the mountain bike camp happening the last 2 weeks of July and the Anti-Gravity Complex. If you're looking for some indoor activity, check them out at the bottom of the access road, or the Sugarloaf Sports and Fitness Center for some great indoor activity and relaxation with their hot tub, swimming pool, weight room, all kinds of good stuff. They've got a great cafe too. And don't forget to tune in every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings from 7:30 to 9 a.m. for our live mountain report to get all the info to know before you go to plan your day out accordingly. And if you want to watch us streaming from anywhere, anytime, you can get our live stream. We've got it on WSKITV.com. We've also got a Roku channel. We've got a Fire TV channel, and we're on the Spectrum app, as well as locally on Channel 17. And if you want to get the word out about your business or your event, we work great for our sponsors as well, so give us a call. Have a great day out there, folks. Trail Report brought to you by Birchwood Interiors. Check them out today in Village West.
Hi, I'm Michelle DeFrosia. I've been the business manager here at Birchwood Interiors for over a decade. I'm part of a team that I'm very proud of. Our company's goal to treat every customer who walks through the door as our best friend isn't just a slogan. Our clients really do become our friends. The trust that our clients put in us is refreshing in today's world. All of us at Birchwood Interiors seek every day to work with integrity and professionalism that will continue to earn that trust. We're in Village West, so come on in, pull up a sofa, and see what we can do for you.
Back, it's looking like the wind maybe has diminished a little bit. 5 degrees here. That's warmed up. 3 degrees. I'm not sure if you could feel that, but Mountainside Real Estate bringing this live quad cam shot. Garrett Corbin is town manager of Carabassa Valley. Just what, 8 months you said?
8 months. I think maybe somebody would say 9 months, which means I'm fully born. I don't know if there's an analogy there, but
well, you're on your way. Well, we appreciate you taking the time this morning and answering some questions. We're just about to wrap it up, so if anyone else has any other questions for Garrett, now would be the time to ask. 237-6895. Don't be shy. Go ahead and ask it. And you know, you're brave to come on live TV like that, but it really says a lot about you. In the
brave or numb, brave or numb, one or the other. Yeah, maybe I'll learn someday. Yeah, but thanks for saying you appreciate me. I think you know how much the town and Sugarloaf and Sugarloafers appreciate WSKI too. It's an asset. Yeah, you're one of the best parts of town for sure.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say, and it truly is an awesome job, an awesome responsibility, and we do appreciate it and appreciate you coming on and giving us. I know that there was a meeting last night and we got some franchise fees, so we appreciate that the town saw the value of it and was willing to chip in a little bit. As you know, we have only a limited amount of advertisers in this area, and we try to do the best that we can. But thank you very much, Garrett. Thank you. We appreciate you. Yeah. And any other questions, you attend the meeting. Tell them when.
Okay, Monday is the public hearing. Monday, March 10th, a week from Monday, is the public hearing at the Select Board. And then Wednesday, March 12th, is the town meeting. Again, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can vote. You can register to vote if you're a resident in this town during that period. And then at 6:30 p.m. is when the magic happens at the open portion of town meeting, where we go through the 35 or so articles on the warrant. First 2/3 of that are routine things we vote on every year, and the last third are the things I've been talking about this morning. Some exciting stuff, and yeah, please don't hesitate to contact me at the town or come to the public hearing on the 10th if you have questions about the tax increment financing district, because as we've covered, it can be confusing. It's sort of a unique, I don't know, technical legal tax revenue process that is something that's allowed and that we're exploring. Yeah.
And unique is something that we do here in Carrabassett Valley. That's definitely.
Do it well.
Yeah. Thank you again, Garrett. We appreciate it. And thanks to all of you for tuning in this morning. On behalf of all of us here at Snowfields Productions, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Get out on the hill and enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Stay ski in, ski out at Sugarloaf Inn for unmatched on-mountain convenience. Boot up in the comfort of your room, head down to your private ski locker, and you'll be on the chairlift in no time. After you spend your day making turns at the Loaf, head back to the inn for après. With the Shipyard Brewhouse on site to serve you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you'll be fueled up throughout your stay. See you soon for your slopeside stay.
When you think of Maine, you think of a uniquely beautiful place full of natural, homegrown flavors like Ricker Hill's Maniac Hard Cider. Made from apples they grow and press themselves on the Turner farm the Ricker family has been running since 1803. Stop by our tasting rooms year-round to try all our seasonal products, such as our award-winning blueberry cider. Just off Route 4, on the way to and from Sugarloaf, Ricker's is too delicious to miss.